case anybody was curious, I'm noticing as it's coming up as I'm archiving, it's about 4 o'clock. I'm going to need to switch over to the next step here. I am not a member of the NDP. In fact, I did not even vote for them in the last election. I wish them luck, but I do feel that they are considerably further to the right than I am. I don't really think that there's much hope in bourgeois politics of that sort. And I think that it's a lot of frustration with very little positive ends. I don't think that that's. I'm not an advocate of the idea that you change the system through political will. I would be more likely to put my energy with the protesters, the anti-pipeline protesters. I have no information. I have not. Well, you've seen me vlogging. I have not been paying particularly close attention. But if I was to become engaged, I would not become engaged at a political party level. I would become engaged at an activist level, and it would be stopping the pipelines. That would be the sort of number one act of, or number one point of concern. That would mean, the disobedience and the whole thing, right? So I'm not doing that right now. I may do that sometime in the future. I don't have any plans to. There are things that are, to do with my individual life as a person that are of more importance to me. Then, I mean, I'm not interested in doing things for the future. I don't have children. I don't want children. It's not about making a better future. That's of no meaning to me, right? It's just about doing what's right, and about doing what. See, it's my perspective that you should look at the present and the future as the same thing. If you have to break down the present and the future and think that you're going against your, I mean, it's never going to work that way. Okay, that's not. If you have to fight with yourself, then you should just go ahead, right? Because nothing's ever going to be resolved by people that have to force themselves to do something for the future instead of doing things for themselves. It has to be something in you that makes you want to do this. And there's lots of people that live, healthy, clean lifestyles with, almost no, petrochemicals. Not because they want, a great life for their kids, but because they want a great life for themselves, right? And for me, what I'm focusing on right now is this, right? If I was going to become involved in activism, it would be about the now. Okay, I don't want to do things for the future. I want to do things for now, for the present, because I'm not going to be alive in the future. And it's flatly irrational for you to be focusing your existence on something that you'll never see in your life, right? I'm driven by self-interest. I'm an anarchist. I'm not a social. Well, I am a socialist, but I'm an anarchist. That means I have a lot of liberal perspectives, and the whole self-interest thing is one of them. So, no, I am not a member of the NDP. Okay, I'm not ideologically aligned with the NDP. I am often closer to the NDP, but I am not a member of the NDP. I voted for the Liberals in the last election. In fact, I voted for the Liberals in the last provincial election, the last couple of provincial elections. It's been over 10 years since I voted for the NDP. They haven't presented themselves as a progressive option. They simply haven't. They've been fighting over tax cuts and just align themselves as just another right of center party. and they don't interest me. And I'm not the kind of person that's going to go out and do that. I don't have the skill set to work with people. I hate people. So I mean, it's not the right place for me to be. It's not the right way for me to live. And like I say, if I was to get involved with something, it would be at an activist level, not at a political level, because that's more of a level where I can fulfill my or carry out my what's the word I'm looking for here? I've been flipping out ever since the other day. Every time I can't find a word on my skill set. Um, I mean, my skill set is not to be a leader. It's not to deal with people. It's more to just do stuff. And an activist role would allow me to do that in a better capacity. Um, if you put me in a room with a bunch of people, I'm just going to make them mad at me. I make a better comedian than a politician. Um, that's the reality of things, um, and I'm not interested. So no, I'm not involving myself with the NDP process. Um, I have very low hopes that anything will come out of it, and I'm really just not even thinking about it.